There are stories that sound fake, and then there are stories that feel uncomfortable because they don't. The ones that don't rely on monsters or ghosts or things that go bump in the night. They rely on something worse: ordinary people, ordinary jobs, ordinary nights, night workers, drivers, strangers who made one small decision and never felt safe again. These are real-life inspired horror experiences, and once you hear them, you may start locking your doors a little earlier. Story 1. The drive-through that learned my name. I've always been a night person. Even before this job, I stayed up late. So when I got hired to work the overnight shift at a 24-hour fast food place in my town, it didn't feel like a big deal. Small American town, one main road, a gas station across the street, and nothing open after midnight except us. From 1 in the morning until 3, the world goes quiet. No traffic, no people. Just the soft buzz of fluorescent lights and the sound of the drive-through headset breathing in my ear. Most nights, I work alone. You get used to the silence. You start talking to yourself just to hear a human voice. You memorize every crack in the pavement, every reflection in the glass. That's why I noticed him immediately. The first time, it felt normal. A car pulled up to the speaker around 1:40 a.m. Male voice, calm, polite. He ordered a large meal, nothing unusual. He paid at the first window. I handed him the receipt, and then he drove away. Didn't pull up to the second window, didn't take the food. I waited there holding the bag, watching his taillights disappear into the dark. People do weird things at night. I shrugged it off. Eventually, I ate the food myself. A week later, it happened again. Same order, same calm voice, same time window, paid, drove off. That's when it felt strange. By the third time, I knew it was the same guy. I could recognize his voice before he finished his order, and I hate admitting this, but part of me started expecting him. Every few nights, like clockwork, he'd show up between 1 and 3 in the morning. Same order, same routine, free food, no face, no name. It became this quiet, uncomfortable ritual. And then, one night, he changed the script. He placed the order like usual. Then, just before pulling away from the speaker, he said something extra, something casual, something that made my stomach drop. "I hope you've been enjoying those meals, Mr. Carter. That's my last name." I froze. I don't wear a name tag with my last name. It's not on the receipt. It's not posted anywhere customers can see. There is no reason at all, that a stranger should know it. I asked who he was. I asked how he knew my name. My voice sounded small in my own ears. No response. This time, he didn't even pull forward to pay. I heard his engine rev, and then he was gone. I didn't feel alone anymore. That feeling followed me home. When I got to my apartment, there was a piece of paper on my doorstep, handwritten, 4 words. "You have 3 days." No explanation, no signature, just a countdown. The next night at work, he came back. No order, no games. He told me to write something down, an address, on the outskirts of town. Then he said I had 2 days to bring $10,000, and then he drove away. I didn't have that kind of money. I still don't. I told myself it was a prank, a scam, but 3 nights later, a rock came through my living room window. I called the police. They listened. They nodded. They said there wasn't much they could do. And now, every night, I listen for engines outside my window because I know one thing for sure: he's not done yet. Story 2. The road they wanted me to take. I drive at night because it pays better. That's the excuse I give people. The truth is, the roads feel different after midnight, quieter, more honest. This happened on a Saturday. I was exhausted. It was supposed to be my last ride. Pickup downtown, drop off far outside the city. 40 minutes later, I left her at the end of a long, dark road surrounded by trees, no houses, no streetlights, just me and my headlights. 10 minutes into the drive back, I saw a car stopped ahead, hazard lights flashing, two people standing in the road, waving their arms. I slowed down, rolled my window down just a few inches. They were calm, too calm. They told me the bridge up ahead had collapsed, said I'd end up in the river if I kept going. Then they pointed behind me, a narrow dirt road cutting into the woods, said it would take me back to the highway. Something felt wrong. They never asked for help, never asked my name. They just wanted me to turn. I nodded, said thank you, and kept driving. A few minutes later, I reached the bridge, perfectly fine, no damage, no warning signs. I crossed it without slowing down. A few days later, curiosity got the better of me. I went back in daylight. The dirt road was still there, but now there was a sign nailed to a tree, dead end. That sign hadn't been there before. As I stood there, staring into the woods, I heard a scream, a woman's scream, deep, distant, and completely alone. I ran. I haven't been back since, but I think about it every night, about that road, that sign, and the people who were waiting for me to take it, because I know one thing, they're still out there.